Knocks it down in the night, didn't it?
It was dreadful, wasn't it? 4:30. It was like the heaviest downpour I can remember. Just started to worry a bit about the river and what it's going to be like over the next day or two after that. Hopefully we'll get to Worcester. It'll take us about 4 hours, I think. And then we're there early afternoon, should get a good mooring then. And go on to Stourport tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll just see how things go, weather-wise and work-wise and everything.
We're in book 2 of the Nicholson's guides. These are the map books we use to navigate while we're cruising. And in this episode we'll be leaving Upton on Severn and heading north on the River Severn, the UK's longest river. We're heading for the cathedral city of Worcester, which is about a 4-hour journey, stretching over 3 pages in the Nicholson's guide. We'd hoped to find a space at one of the moorings we'd been recommended, but as you'll see, it wasn't that easy. So that's us left Upton on Severn before 9 o'clock. It's 5 to 9 on a Sunday morning.
On a Sunday morning, yeah, especially.
We did it.
Yeah. Get that tied up and we'll make a Sunday roast, I hope.
Yeah. I think especially on the rivers, we just try and get away earlier in the mornings because you've got more chance of getting a mooring where you get into early afternoon, haven't you?
Yeah,
it's not like
as we arrive when people have just left.
Yeah, it's not like you on the canals where you can moor up anywhere. So it is one of the downsides of river cruising, isn't it? For sure.
I'd say it's a major downside. It's, you know, the difference between cruising for 4 hours, not finding a mooring, and then having to do another 4 hours.
Yeah.
So, you know, whereas on a canal you just go, you know, half a mile further or something.
But it is pretty, isn't it? It's pretty.
Oh, it's nice storage, yeah, it really is.
We've left the canopy up today because we know we're not going to be under any low bridges, and there's rain in the air. It's stopped raining now, but there's more forecast.
50-50, isn't it?
Yeah. Engine like labouring against the flow.
Yeah, it's I won't say it's a struggle because I'm only on like 1150 revs. It's not much, but it's more than we normally put on.
keep seeing kingfishers.
Yeah, I've seen about 25 so far.
It's the same one, just chasing us.
I think I've seen about 6 actually.
Well, I can never catch them on camera.
They're way too fast and always too far away, aren't they?
Yeah. Lovely day for him, isn't it? There's these green buoys just ahead, and we actually watched Paul and Anthony's video of this same stretch last year, where they rescued a boat that was stuck to the right of those buoys. So we know to keep to the left, although there's no signs there or anything to say. I've put a link to the Narrowboat Life Unlocked video in the description if you want to take a look. So there's low water over on the right there, and a boat had got stuck over there, and it was there for about 2 hours before anybody came to help. It's turned into a miserable old day. There's some soup there to keep you warm.
Lovely, thank you very much. Perfect. Just what I needed.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Is that where we're aiming for?
Yeah, I think should be the first moorings just after the lock, I think, are the ones we aim for.
Okay.
Before the, I think it's cathedral, isn't it? Before the cathedral.
You can see there are quite a few visitor moorings in Worcester on the River Severn, marked with the red arrows here. The green arrow shows Diglis Basin, which is actually off of the river through the lock, and up onto the Worcester and Birmingham canal. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed there'll be some spaces.
If not, are we going to go into the Diglis Basin?
Don't know. How we'll wait to start for.
I want to stop in Worcester, I think.
Okay. Alright. You do that. It's like Allcrafter to the right, there's a weir to the left, and the lock will be on the right hand side.
Like the other locks on the River Severn, Diglis Lock is automatic and operated by a lock keeper. This is the lock that closes at 6 p.m. and if you arrive after, you end up having to moor up on the left there and scrambling up that bank with the dogs, like our friends had to do.
Flashing red light, that's good. And the lock.
The locks use a traffic light system. Red to wait, flashing red to let you know they're preparing it, and green when it's safe to enter.
Yes. Got two sets of lights left and the right.
He said go to the right, didn't he?
He told us to go to the right hand side. I usually like to go on the other side so you can be sure he can see you from his hut, you know, if anything goes wrong, but he's telling us on that side. Hi there.
Oh yeah, how you doing?
Great, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Turned out nice again.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Look at all this greenery.
Yeah.
It's like a living wall. Got our centre line around the steel cords that run down the side of the lock to keep us by the wall. Just check that we're okay, and he's going to open the sluices to let the water into the lock. You can see the water line on the wall there, that's where we're going to be going up to. There's Worcester Cathedral ahead of us. zookeeper thought that there was a space behind this narrowboat on the right hand side of the moorings just
Does
now.
look like there's one already behind it, so it might not be in lock.
It's not looking hopeful at this pontoon just here. It's full. It's the fire brigade over there, filling up their tanks from the old docks over there. It's always a bit difficult when you're in a new place to figure out what the map's showing and then seeing it in real life.
See that?
RG Bargy. RG Bargy. We've seen that boat before, haven't we? So unfortunately there's no space on here. It'd be good if that boat could move up a bit, then we could fit in. Oh no, there's no space to fit in. So that's Digless Visitor Moorings, but there's no space there, no room at the inn. We're just speculating about that space over there, but we think that's the lock landing, so we can't moor over there. And that's the lock through to Digless Basin. In preparation for a visit to a new town or city, we'll often search narrowboat Facebook groups for recommendations, or ask boater friends that we know have been to the area. It really helps to have a bit of local knowledge to avoid not so great mooring spots if possible. You've got something to see now again, haven't you, Poppy? Friends had recommended those first two pontoons where there was no space, so we had to carry on and see what else there was. You can see the view cruising through Worcester with the cathedral on the right was really quite stunning. Worcester Bridge was first completed in 1781, but it was clear by the start of the 20th century that it could no longer cope with the increased levels of traffic. The reconstruction and widening of the bridge was completed in 1932 and officially opened by Edward, Prince of Wales. Just here on the right, that I think happened to be under the train track, but we shall see. There's a blue sign up here on the pontoon, but we can't read what it says yet, so we're not sure if we can moor here or not. So this is a private mooring here between those red lines. Can't see anything up there though to say it's private. We've learnt that when you're in a busy place and there's no one else moored in certain sections, it's often for a very good reason. Does that say something about a fee? Mooring? Fee? There's a fee. A fee? So yeah, we can moor here for a fee. So that looks like it was a pay and display mooring. And there's some more boats up here. By this time we were getting a little bit frustrated that we couldn't find an open mooring spot in the areas that had been recommended. These are the city council moorings. There's a sign just there. We're turning round and heading back to Diglis Basin.
Yeah, there's blue lines there. Just look at there, there's signs there.
You can see on the map how we retraced our route back to Diglis Basin, marked with the green arrow. We're heading back in the direction we came to the lock that's down on the left here, up into Diglis Basin. The lock is just over here on the left by that red sign. Pete's going to drop me off at the pontoon and I'm just going to walk up and see what it's like in the basin and see if there's any spaces, because we don't want to go up through the lock if there aren't any spaces in the basin. Okay, these seem like private moorings up here. Don't see any sign of any CRT moorings. I took some photos to show Pete what the mooring situation was in the basin, and it really wasn't very obvious that there were any visitor moorings at all. No joy at the Diglis Basin, so we're not going up through the locks and we're heading through the heading up the river again to go to the racecourse moorings, we think. Hopefully there'll be space there. So this is a little boat taxi that goes from one side of the Severn to the other. I wonder how much it costs. 50p, do you think?
A bit more than that probably.
Poppy, you're doing a really good job restraining yourself, not barking at those dogs up there. Good girl. With no joy at any other moorings, we had to settle for the spot next to the railway bridge. And we should have paid more attention to the chairs that were set up under the platform on the right there. After dark, that became the hangout for the local recreational drug users, which perhaps explained why there were spaces there. And to top off a not very successful day, Worcester Cathedral was closed when we were there for a private service, and that was one of the main reasons we wanted to stop. There's a nice boat.
That's not tick over. That is not tick over.
So despite it not being the best mooring, we didn't have too bad a night, apart from the sound of the trains and a lot of late night chattering and the smell of weed. Thank you so much to everybody that supports our channel through Buy Me a Coffee and YouTube Super Thanks. And as always, thank you to all of our viewers. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and give us a like. And leave us a comment and tell us what you thought. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and join us on our travels.
I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw